Okay, before this video starts, I just want to say 2 weeks ago I was a guest on the Silly Shill show and it's the most fun I've ever had on a hangout. I've linked it in the description below. Please check it out and I can't wait to get back on it. What do you think, guys?
Well, we don't want you back. You were shit.
Play the intro. So welcome to my first live phone-in. The number's at the bottom of the screen. All you've got to do is phone up and ask me a question about flat Earth and I'll see if I can help. And it appears, yeah, we already have somebody on the line. Mr. Anonymous, off you go.
We are not on a ball that's spinning 1,000 miles an hour that's going around the sun 66,600 miles an hour.
Okay, buddy, well, that wasn't a question. That was just an incorrect statement. So, rule number 1 for this hangout, please only phone in if you've got an actual question, which I'm reliably informed our next caller does. This guy's called Fred.
Dread!
Take it away, Fred.
Which of the dwarves from Snow White was the tallest?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Rule number 2, can these questions only be about science or flat Earth? It appears Mr. Anonymous is back on the line. Have you got a question yet, buddy?
Water cannot conform to the exterior of a shape.
That's still not a question, is it? Only questions, please. Look, while you're trying to think of a question, watch this video clip of water conforming to the outside of an object. Now, please, can our next caller actually ask me a proper question? Put him through.
What's up, conspiracy cats?
Okay. That's weird. This is YouTuber Red Pill Philosophy. What have you got to say, buddy?
Hey, conspiracy cats, did you like my debate?
No. It was rubbish.
I think I did a good number on the Glober.
No, I don't think you... No, I don't think you did. I think what you did do was forget what side you were on, and at one point you started arguing for the globe Earth. Well done.
Yeah, man, if you want to head out one of these days, man, we can go do some long distance observations. I'd love to take you out and see what we see. And you know what? You'll probably see some obstruction, because that's what I saw the most, was obstruction.
Well, what a surprise. When you actually go out and do observations, what you see is the obstruction that's predicted by the heliocentric model. Amazing. Anyway, I believe, yeah, we've got an incoming email. Who's this from?
Oh yeah, that was a bit silly of me, wasn't it? Anyway, I just dropped by to say lol 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 lol. Is that how I pronounce it? Am I saying that right?
Lol 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 lol.
Oh, thanks, Dal. Okay. Lol 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 lol. You are such a loser, bruh.
Brilliant. Red Pill Philosophy, it's time for you to wave goodbye now. Please don't let him back on again. Right, it appears we've got Flat Earth debunker Planarwalk on the line. I've linked his channel in the description. It's well worth checking out. Planarwalk, buddy, what have you got to tell us?
How can water stick to the bottom of a spinning ball?
Now you're just trolling me, mate. No more questions about water sticking to a ball. Mr. Anonymous, I believe, is back on the line. Have you got a question yet, mate?
You cannot do an experiment to make water go around any shape and stay there.
That is still not a question. Look, while you're trying to think of a question, watch this video of water conforming to the outside of a strangely shaped object. Now, have you actually got a proper question for me? This is your last chance.
When is Mercury going to get sucked into the sun?
Is that it?
In about 5 billion years when the sun becomes a red giant.
Now, you make this look so easy. Sorry, Dale, I didn't realise you were busy. Get me some mail, now.
Hello, my name is... Well, I don't know what my name is yet. What I've done is I've found all the letters, but I've got to put them in the right order yet. Anyway, I'm just here to say that conspiracy cats should be trialled for crimes against humanity. Yeah, he's really, really bad. And why should he be tried? Well, because teaching children lies is Vickler. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to our reporter in the field. This is Zoom Truth, another YouTube flat earther. Take it away, Zoom.
Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe a lot of people here are smarter than me.
No, mate, don't worry, I will not correct you. Most people are smarter than you. Good start.
Right, now let me ask you, how many of you guys know how fast you're spinning right this moment at the equator? How many of you guys know? Because I know.
Yeah, we all know. It's about 15 degrees per hour, which is about half as fast as the hour hand on the clock you're looking at right now. Definitely not fast enough for us to feel it. Anyway, it does appear we've got Del back on the line. Del, what can I do for you?
Conspiracy cats.
Yeah? What's your question?
Oh, how does a warp drive work on the Starship Enterprise?
I don't know. Stop asking me that. Right, next caller. Some guy called Jimmy's on the line. What have you got for us, Jimmy?
Now, I've got a simple demonstration that's, if this doesn't make you question the globe, then nothing ever will, I don't think. So let's have a look.
You know what? That's not a question either, but at this point, I'm just past caring. What exactly have you got to show us?
This piece of bread here.
Amazing. Go on. What does your bread do?
Is our Earth spinning once every 24 hours, one turn. That's a second day.
Right, we get the idea. Can we just, speed things up a bit?
And as we see now, this line is essentially midday, so 1200 hours.
Right, you know what? I'm going to speed this up a bit because by the time this guy finishes, that bread's going to have gone mouldy. Let's go.
Well, the problem comes in when we start to spin this globe, this Earth, around the Sun as it orbits in the heliocentric model. Then you can see already that what was midday, 1200 hours, is becoming dusk. And as we go around, eventually, 6 months later, on the other side of the Sun, the line that was 1200 is now in the middle of the night. It's dark.
I need a drink. Baldy Cats, take care of this one. Right, so here's the sun, and here's your bit of bread. Your problem is you seem to think it takes exactly 24 hours for the Earth to do that. But it doesn't. It takes just over 23 hours and 56 minutes. We call that a sidereal day. But while the Earth is spinning, it is also orbiting the Sun. So 23 hours and 56 minutes later, it's in this position. It then takes an extra nearly 4 minutes for the Earth to continue to rotate until the Sun is back in what you were calling the midday position. This is what we call a solar day and is where our 24 hours come from. So the missing time you're referring to is constantly corrected for on our orbit around the Sun. Thanks, Baldy. Right, our friend Anonymous Flat Earther is back on the line. This time, have you got an actual proper question for me? Go on.
If a grain of sand hits a satellite, the satellite is completely destroyed.
That's wrong. And still not even a question.
You can't say that I'm wrong.
Yeah, I can. Look at this picture of what happened to a window on the ISS when that was hit by a piece of space debris.
Ridiculous. How can you believe this?
Right, can we block him? Let's see if we've got any more mail.
Hello, my name is Dave Winkle. Anyway, at what volume does water develop the ability to hold convexity upon its surface?
Right, finally, an actual proper question. Now, your answer is there is no minimum or maximum volume of water needed. What's important are the forces that are acting on the water, because we all know water will always conform to the forces that are acting upon it. Brilliant. Have you got any other questions?
No, I don't have any more questions. I'm done. What do you think I am? Someone who's going to sit here and listen to common sense? Pfft, bye.
Why am I not surprised? Right, we have another caller on the line. Please put him through.
Why would they even invent gravity then?
Look, it wasn't invented, and will you just please go away? Right, it appears we do have Arwin on the line. He's the presenter of the Flat Earth Early Bird Show. I wonder what he's got to say.
I still don't have a freaking 1,000 subscribers. What the hell's going on?
Arwin, relax. You do have over 1,000 subscribers now, okay? It might just feel like you've got less because nobody watches your content. Anyway, there is a growing movement on Arwin's channel that seems to be pushing for me to become a moderator on there. Now, I would absolutely not request that anybody watching this video who happens to, in the future, pass Arwin's channel join that movement. Not at all. Anyway, let's change the topic and talk about how maths can prove the globe.
Listen, just because you can do a mathematical equation to prove something, that doesn't mean that it's real.
Why is he still here? Anyway, if you're using the word proof, then I guess it does prove something. Check out this example. So if I'm stood across the field from a tree and I can measure my distance from the tree and the angular size that the tree appears to me, then I can use simple schoolboy maths to calculate the size of the tree in the real world. And it's maths like this that's applied to photographs like this one of Mount Rainier and Mount St Helens that prove that the world cannot be flat. Now that's what maths can prove. Next caller.
Maths proves you're a dick. That's what it proves.
Next caller.
I could do a mathematical equation right now.
All right then, let's give it a go. If I travelled 1 mile and it took me 1 hour, how fast was I going?
At 1.5 million miles an hour.
Right, I'm not joking this time. Can we ban that guy? I'm seriously about to lose my Anyway, it does appear that we have Patricia Steer on the line. Patricia, what do you think of the show so far?
People are watching this and laughing and thinking it's fun or funny.
Thank you, Tricia. Now, we do have our next caller on the line, and it's YouTube Flat Earther Inrem. Inrem, buddy, care to introduce yourself? Okay. What's your question?
If you don't know where you live, do you think you're ever going to know why you live there?
I really don't know what to say. So I'm just going to play this email we've got in, which qualifies as the worst flat earth proof of the week.
Time for the worst flat earth proof of the week.
Hello.
Now, I'm going to leave this post on the screen for a couple of seconds so you can pause it and read it. But essentially what it says now is that the globe has actually been debunked by the highway code, because the highway code says braking distances is the same in all directions. Here's Baldy Cats to explain a little bit more about what our friend is trying to say.
So his claim is this: he's calculated the linear speed where he lives on Earth is 600 miles per hour. Therefore, a car travelling at 60 miles an hour is actually travelling at 660 miles an hour until it comes to a stop when it's travelling again at 600 miles per hour with the Earth. But then he wants to compare that with this car that is travelling north to south, where the Earth has a linear velocity of 0 miles per hour in that direction. So if the car accelerates to 60 miles per hour and then stops, it will then return to a linear speed of 0 miles per hour in that north-south direction. Now, for some reason only he knows, this is evidence that the Earth can't be rotating.
I know, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? It is literally the worst flat Earth proof I have ever heard. But let's address it anyway. Off you go, Baldy.
Anyway, as we all know, the equation for kinetic energy is a half mass times velocity squared, and in both examples, there has been a change in the observed velocity of 60 miles an hour, which means that there's been the same kinetic energy change. Now, this transfer of kinetic energy is carried out by the brakes, and the equation to calculate the work done by the brakes is force times distance, so assuming that the brakes are equally powerful, the braking distance will be the same for both cars.
Now, obviously, that was a very low-level, low-hanging fruit flat Earth question, but you could have spiced it up a little bit. You could have compared a car driving east to a car driving west, and then said to an outside observer, the car driving west is actually losing kinetic energy and would therefore be less dangerous in a collision. Now, that would have been wrong, but at least it would have made the explanation a little bit more interesting. Anyway, AB Science did a video on a very similar question. I've linked that in the description. He's excellent. Please check that out.
Conspiracy cats.
Brilliant. Another caller. It's our old friends, Peter and Pete. What can we do for you, boys?
We're going to visit Harry Potter Land.
It's great. Have you got a question?
Absolutely.
Yep. What is it?
We don't know what air is.
You don't know what air is. Can we have a less stupid question, please? I believe we have one coming through now. I'm losing the will to live.
Why is there mass? What is this shit about mass?
Unbelievable. Look, before I go, I've got a little story to tell you. It was my daughter's birthday this week, and we ordered a child's entertainer from the Flat Earth Society. Now, it started off okay.
We're going to play Pin the Tail on the Donkey.
But then, you just got weird.
This is the tail, and the sun is the donkey, okay? This is the moon.
And then even I couldn't understand what he was talking about.
And it's tilting up, it's aiming up, all right? And it's up in the sky a little bit. You just got to tilt your chin up a little bit. But the main thing to know is that it's aiming up, and the sun is not touching the moon, so guess what?
I mean, it's good to know that the moon and the sun aren't touching, but if anybody else can add any information to what he's trying to say, I'd be really grateful. And it just got worse.
When they blindfold you and spin you around, you're gonna not only tilt your head up and look at that height.
Now, at this point, the kids were crying, I was upset, but he just wouldn't shut up.
Because that's what you were seeing, that's how you were tilted when you were seeing. Now you're blindfolded. So you gotta at least go to that tilt again and a little more. Because the sun and the moon are not touching, okay? You know this.
Anyway, all this live hangout stuff has absolutely destroyed me. I'm absolutely shattered. We just have time for one more question. Del, take it away.
Who am I?
Yeah, that's it. I've had enough. I'm off.
Well, Baldy, everybody here knows who I am.
Yes, we all know who you are, Fred.
My name is Dread.
I really am done this time. Look, please remember to check out the Silly Shill show in the description, and Planarwalk's channel as well. Both highly recommended, and the AB Science video. But for now, Planarwalk, get me out of here, mate.
This is Conspiracy Cats. He seems to never wear a hat. I took this tune from his show. This is how it's meant to go.